Right, we're live.
Oh, bless you. Thought we'd just come on here and make a little video. I can't say that.
Yeah.
Just a little bit about the collection that we've sort of recently brought out. Obviously, our first collection, No Limit. And then we just sort of want to go through, just talk about the brand, trying to build the brand.
Updates, really.
Updates, yeah, and what's next, and yeah, little things about that. We wanted to go with something which sort of identifies our brand, and we want to be separate to other brands. Obviously, we can use other brands as sort of motivation and things, but with the design, we wanted something separate to others, and that's why obviously we've got quite a unique colours. But I think obviously with the design of the No Limits and Know Your Limits, obviously crossed out, it's quite a unique design and something quite memorable. I think that people now sort of associate with the brand, obviously, for this first drop.
And want them to relate to it as well, in terms of obviously hybrid training is you're not limited by your training style or what you train or how you train. So we thought it represented that in a good way, obviously.
Then just on a day-to-day thing, don't want, let certain things limit you. Like, obviously, this is totally out of our comfort zone, what we're doing now, but it's important that we address certain things, and obviously we want to be totally transparent with people, and, bring people along with the journey, talk about what we're struggling with, talk about what's going well with the business and things like that.
Yeah. Especially people who've not been around since the beginning, because obviously we grew quite a lot. I think we doubled in followers in the last month.
Yeah, literally in the last month. Like, as I say, with this literal collection, obviously, is much exceeded however many sales we've got already, and it's been 3 weeks since we've actually held the stock and started, shipping it and delivering it and things like that. And it's important that it's obviously we thank people for it, because it surprised us a lot. But
it's been a big few weeks.
We had trust in our brand. We had trust in what we were bringing out. And this is by the way, this is all organic. Like, we haven't threw any ads out there. We haven't.
No.
We didn't really even
promo
promo the stuff, because we didn't have proper samples ourselves until we got the stuff about 3 weeks ago.
No, because like
I had a t-shirt, but it wasn't even the same material.
I had a cotton t-shirt. We had like stupidly had 100% polyester tank.
It's the worst thing we ever bought.
She tried to tell us not to.
Yeah, manufacturers tried to tell us, but we didn't listen. But yeah, since then, so I think obviously we went with this collection. Obviously, we went hoodie, tee, and tank, and it was important that basically what we want from this brand is called athleisure. So we want that mix of obviously performance and obviously being a sort of a fitness brand and a lifestyle brand kind of thing, with, as I say, that lifestyle side. So we want something aesthetically pleasing, something that feels quality, but you can also train in.
You don't want to neglect style. So how it feels, and we've hit a good middle point with it, definitely, because it's what people have brought up every single time.
Yeah, like, it's crazy, like the response we've had back from people who have bought from us. Like, it is, everyone is made up with the quality, and that doesn't come by fluke either. That that's us working with a manufacturer, us determining what sort of materials we want, what sort of weight we want the t-shirt, and there's different things for us to consider when we
and sampling, a lot of sampling.
Yeah,
obviously we went back and we didn't just get the first set of samples and that's good. We changed like the location of the logo, location of the print on the back. We changed the materials, things, sizing, like everything. So,
and then obviously what we've went with in the end seems to be a big success, and it's something we're really happy with, because we won't sell something either which we're not confident in. So we went with, as it is athleisure, we went with that sort of elastic, sort of stretchable material that you can sort of perform in the gym, whether it's running on the track, but also we've got the weight to sort of be almost feels like a luxury sort of t-shirt, especially the tees.
I was saying, and it's not even like biased, but there's not many t-shirts and hoodies that you can feel the quality of them.
We're bearing in mind we only have one design out at the minute. We've literally had more than a dozen people who've already bought from us.
Most people who bought us,
and then they're buying again.
Yeah.
Well, they're buying again.
Yeah.
You know,
well, that's obviously
we've had people buying T-shirts and buying another T-shirt, so they have it. We can wear it more often whilst the others getting in the wash, and that isn't something, especially with our first drop, isn't something we first.
No, because you think obviously people have loyalties to these bigger brands. Like you see it with the Represents and the Pure Sports and people like that. Is like you understand why people are repeat buyers, even at that price point that they have. Whereas obviously people are finding out with us, where they know who's behind the brand, they know the work that's gone into it, and then when they buy and are shocked by the quality you've got, obviously we've personalised down to everything with the packaging,
the
labels, tags. Just being able
just
to put
a note
in
saying thank you. Cause
these little things that obviously we can still do as being a small brand, but people will see that along with the quality of the stuff, and then are wanting to buy again because of that, and because we're still at a low sort of selling point because we can't afford to be charging £100 for a hoodie.
Plus, we want it to be affordable, but we don't want to do
That's
that.
the whole point. We want to be able to provide stuff for just the everyday
quality
person.
wear, quality sort of wear that you can use every day and in training to, your everyday person, whether you're doing a high rocks, going for a run, in the gym lifting heavy and things like that. And
it's work because we've seen people doing all kinds in it and training in it and running in it.
We know ourselves. We don't take it off now, do we?
No,
literally living it, go to bed, wake up. But
so no, it's worked well, and we're glad people that see it too because we put time and effort into it.
Obviously, this collection, No Limit collection's out now, but it's important that we try and keep the momentum going. We started sampling for our next collection, which is a signature collection.
Yeah.
But what's exciting to us is obviously with the materials we have, the type of tees, tanks, and obviously jumpers and things like that. We can build on and make even better in our second collection. Because as I say, we laugh about it, don't we? How much we learn. We laugh at ourselves like what we'd done 2 weeks ago. Never mind what we'd done 6 months ago when we first were starting doing it. It's almost embarrassing to us, isn't it?
Yeah. But then you realise, like, obviously without that you wouldn't get to where you are. But it's got to start somewhere. But then you are very critical of yourself when all you do is look at it and critique it, and then realise a week later it's like, oh, why did I do that? But it's part of it.
Without because we don't have any previous experience in anything like this whatsoever.
Yeah.
What's next? The new collection.
Obviously you mentioned like signature collection. We wanted to sort of bring it back a bit in terms of
something we can build on in terms of there's more longevity with the brand and
we wanted to do it in a way of it's familiar to people, but still our own. It's still our own thing. It's the hybrid life sort of thing, and we
still got our brand identity to it.
And we're still obviously it's very fresh. Like we've only really
waiting for samples.
Thought about it for 2 or 3 weeks, but we've got samples coming for socks. We've got samples coming for t-shirts.
We've got all sorts. We've got quite a demand for people asking for caps and things like that. So there's all sorts in the works at the minute, and over the next few weeks, samples will be coming through pretty fast. But no doubt we'll keep people updated on the stories. If we can try and help ourselves, though, we'll
Yeah, we'll be putting little things on every now and again because we don't want to give too much away before we've perfected it in a way.
This time there's a few different approaches. Obviously, this is currently one out is our first official drop, and as we've mentioned before, we learn so much, even just in terms of like processes and how to go about things, how to cooperate and work with manufacturers.
There's so much that goes
crazy,
into it.
but we're excited to put this forward with this collection now because we know it's going to even be even bigger and better and sort of define us as a brand even more.
Yeah, because we've learned so much since just starting out with just being able to contact manufacturers, and obviously we found one now that we're so happy with and got a good relationship with them, so we can work more with them and sort of narrow things down that maybe we wouldn't have for the first collection. We'll be like really on it.
But it'll be exciting to see that new drop, and no doubt you'll get sort of signs of what's to come probably within the next weeks, but as I say, this is still very fresh, the No Limit collection, and it's, as I said, every single week
it's
we're
probably
selling
our biggest week every
biggest
week. So.
Literally. The last few days have been massive for us. And
yeah. Which
not
is why
not
we're
what we
doing this.
expected either, is it?
The reason behind this is obviously because we feel like we're at a point now where a lot's happened and a lot's going to start happening. So we kind of wanted to just sit down and just basically explain.
Because we haven't really talked about anything, and
No.
one of our values as the brand is being transparency, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we want people to, we want to bring people along with us, because at the end of the day, we, as I mentioned, we don't want to be just more than a product or a brand with it, and
people
we
buy
want
into
people
us.
we want people buying into us, and we want people along the way with us.
Yeah.
One of the biggest things we want with the brand, and we're still trying to work on in terms of being effective with it, is building community.
Yeah, which obviously I feel like we're already good at because it's how we started out. Like we never neglected it to start with, but there's more we can work on in terms of like what we can do and how we can give back and how we can basically like show our gratitude towards people who have spent the money on us and like obviously are buying into the brand as a whole, resharing it, even just commenting, liking, whatever. It's like all those people are part of it, and are like
we're on a way to sort of thank people and just bring everyone together, because as I say, when people buy the product, we don't want them just buying the product, we want them to buy the brand that's with it. We want the identity that people have when they they put on our tees and our things. So that's that important to us. And as I say, we got things in the works. Hopefully, we're trying to come together with some certain events and try and sort of build a bit of demand. Hopefully people come to them,
because we have the run clubs at the minute, and obviously they're hit and miss in terms of
numbers and things. Everyone's busy, aren't they, as well?
And I think it's because it's every week, and we forget ourselves sometimes to just remind people.
And you're working and things like that.
So we're probably going to take a step back from that and really think about how we want to go about them and do them either fortnightly or monthly and make it a full-on event.
Because without a doubt, obviously we want other people involved with us. Like, we want a community, like, literally just for the brand, like, And
we already kind of have that in terms of, you got all the people who go to the gym, you got TransFit, you've got all the lads. Like, people want to be a part of it and see it kind of working already, and that's obviously good, and we want to build on that.
It gives us motivation as well, because obviously I said on the feedback, but just even people who haven't bought, just commenting and just dropping us a message saying how good things are looking, and
people
stuff
even
like that.
reaching out to us saying they'd like to work with us, not us doing it to them,
which
like,
is
that's weird.
Nothing we would have even thought of
because obviously it's just us two
a few weeks ago
behind the Instagram account, and it's like obviously they see us as a brand rather than just two lads, whereas we forget that sometimes. It's like, oh yeah, we are like a brand, and we're selling clothing and we're selling this lifestyle, and you forget it when you're in the thick of it.
But back on the topic, events, as we were planning events, we did have one idea. A beer mile. Don't know if that's a bit maybe extreme, but
what, actually explain it, because I always forget what it is.
So it's like 4 laps. Obviously 4 laps of a track is a mile, and then so you do 4 laps, but each lap you'd have like a pint, and it's timed.
And whoever does it the quickest
is also going to throw up.
So one, we got to find a track that'll allow it, and get as many people as involved as we can.
So we know a few of the lads, which will definitely...
At least 4 people I know would do it. But
you would.
I'd do it.
I'd say I would, but...
The knee would fall off.
The knee would fall off, so...
But no, it's like, just stuff like that.
I mean, if anyone's got any suggestions, if anyone's still watching us ramble on, just let us know or drop us a message, and we're happy to help. As I say, we are a brand, and obviously we keeping things professional on our terms of social media side of things, but we're still just us 2 lads running it, so till they go into me and Bamo, so if anyone's got any questions or any messages ever, just say.
And if people see like us putting on an event or whatever, or have their, like Keith said, have any suggestions, because I know we ask people
even ideas,
Yeah, we asked people a few weeks back, and someone mentioned a cycle club and stuff like that. It's a good idea. We want to do stuff like that.
Yeah, it's ideas for anything. If you've got any advice, or we're learning as well, so it's
And if you see these events popping up, you're like on the edge of do I come, do I not? I'd say just do it, because like we're gonna be nervous. Like we still don't know how to act. Like
this now is hard for us as well, isn't it?
So like if you're on the edge, just come, because the likelihood is everyone's gonna be
totally normal,
in the same boat. And as soon as you get over that hurdle, it's like it's sound, and you realise you're actually just fucking idiots.
Yeah. Not just.
No.
But yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah. Cool. Yeah.